It's your friendly neighborhood loser, Eages. And remember yesterday I wanted to smoke a joint at sunrise? Well, I'm a little bit behind on the time. But I did find the attachment for my tripod that holds my smartphone. And I forgot I had all these phone holders and all this type of stuff. It's like choice overload. I can actually make content on my phone that's not garbage. And I'm trying to do... Oh, there's my wake up alarm. That's my actual wake up alarm. So you can tell what time I'm actually out the door. So let's go see if we can find an inconspicuous spot. The riverfront was cool. I got spooked by the police. You know, it's summer. The kids aren't in school. Maybe there's a spot by the high school over here. That's good. Because yeah. Yeah, it's June. No one's in school. Maybe we could find a spot over here. And I would like to use the front camera because it's better resolution. But if I have to use the one that's facing me just so I can see if I'm framed up, I will. Well, there's that sunrise. That's a good spot, actually. That's a badass spot. But I want to be away from the sidewalk. Just in case. Oh, wow, dude. Both trees fell down. No way, dude. No way, dude. Both trees fell. It was just the one, but I guess they were rooted in the top bank of that shit over there. Alright, let me grab this first. Uh-oh, what the fuck? I'm hitting shit and fucking shit up. Okay. That's good enough for me, dude. Come on, YouTube, come with me. Look at this. And I am using the front. Look at this, you guys. This is a spot where I used to hang out growing up. Now, I haven't been here in like 10 years. Or like, I've walked down here a couple times and like tried to catch a fish. I lied. But like actually down here for real, hanging out, it's been a long time. This whole spot here, yo chat, this whole spot here, this used to be like a gravel beach. Here, you can see some of it. Wow, I'm on the old tree. Yeah, you can see some of it like there, but this whole thing that's underwater here, this used to be a gravel beach, and the creek used to be like a joint to hang out at, catch fish. Now it's like it's really swollen right now. I was gonna go put my camera over on that plate over there. That's a cool spot to smoke. But I think I'll just do this. want to tilt it instead of stand it. No, I don't want to tilt it. I'll just stand it up. You're right. It's right. Because you know what? Once I tilt it and take it off of being level, then it's off of being level. So like, we'll just do it the right way. We'll bust out the legs. There's legs and the extender. There's actually two telescopic thingy-mabobs. But I think that looks really good, chat. Swivel. And we'll see where we want to look at. That looks nice. That looks nice. And we are simply relaxing with nature, chat. Getting stoned. Oh, I almost shit my pants. If you can see, I was standing on this in the water. I don't like it up that high. It's perfect right here. This cone is burning perfectly. I'm never doing the hard twist. I'm doing the pinch one, pinch twice, fold. It burns so much better. Watch me fall in the water before I gotta go to work. But yeah, hey chat. This is the kind of thing I want to share with people. It's just being around with me. Like, I'm your dumb stoner friend. Like, you might have a bad day at work and you didn't get out all day. And this weird guy online went to like a museum and got high and it made you feel relaxed. That's what I'm trying to do, guys. And this is like hella peaceful. You know, yeah, I wanted to tilt down the perspective a little, like to frame up the bridge because the water's so overflowing, but there were a few times where the water made it up to here and over the street and tore up the asphalt. So like, I don't know, I've been out of Elgin for a while. I'm back here now, but it was 20 years ago, I think. Maybe like 18 years ago. It flooded. It went over the street. Dude, this is awesome. Goodbye, trees. These trees were here my whole childhood. The other one's already gone. But this tree was here, and it broke during the storm. And then, so there's nothing here now. So like there used to be these big trees right here, and you go under this little path under the trees, and then you just sit and you'd like watch fish and frogs and whatnot. Hang on, I'm trying to wrangle the legs of my tripod so I can film stuff for you guys. This part is cool. This part leads deeper into the thicker woods, and you walk alongside the bluegill or whatever. You'd be wading in your rubber boots, and the fish are bumping into your legs. They're not even scared. Little crappie and bass and bluegill in here. Yeah, dude. I say that like I'm like... I always complain about dumb hicks, but I really am an outdoorsman. Those guys are just cosplaying as a farmer. What? Restricted area. No trespassing unless authorized by U46 administration. So basically the local high school here is claiming, hey man, don't be fucking playing in these woods. Don't be fucking playing in the creek. This is U46 property. First of all, I don't even think you own like the easement and like the parkway in between the woods. But I don't think you own the woods. I think the city of Elgin owns the woods. Yeah, I think the city of Elgin owns the woods. All is not right. One leg is too tall. I wish I had my bike or my skateboard or something. That would be truly prime right now. So I'm just gonna try and finish the nub of my joint. I'm gonna simmer down for a little bit before we get in the car and actually drive, and then it'll be really fun. Thanks for streaming with me, guys. Thanks for watching. One of the legs, I didn't telescope all the way out. This is way better than the riverfront. That was kind of sketched out, not even gonna lie. Yes, I am Eages. That's why there's 420 in my name. Actually, no. I didn't want to do anything weed-centric or anything pot-related. I didn't even want to show that I smoked weed on the fucking stream or on this channel because I didn't want people to get the wrong idea about me. But weed tubers were popping off at the time that my old channel got deleted, and I decided to come back onto YouTube. When my first channel got deleted, it wouldn't let me be Eages again. So I had to put the 420. So like, when my other platforms got attacked, and I was the original Eages, I had to add the 420. It wouldn't let me recover that shit. So whether you like weed, hate weed, or have no stance on it at all, don't let it be a deciding reason in judging a book by its cover here and being like, oh, he's a dumb pothead. Oh, dude, there are tons of stupid potheads. That's where those stereotypes come from. That's where, like, Shaggy from Scooby-Doo and stuff. There are tons of dumb fucking potheads. Excuse me. That's just because a lot of people seek a therapeutic effect at the end of the day. Not a lot of people want to get wrenched on alcohol and violent like their father, and they turn to weed. And there's intellectual people that smoke. And there's people that are a real fucking drag, man, and they smoke. And then they're not saying anything. Yeah, we've all gotten stoned when we were teenagers and been like, dude, are aliens real? But there's a time and place in life for that. Dudes be getting blazed and be like, the earth is a disc. Your fucking brain is a disc. Smooth one. Actually, a laser disc. No, that's too big. It's one of those little GameCube games. No disk space. The lights are on, but no one's home. Now this is where I could tilt it, but I'm just gonna undo the legs here. All right. Telescopic. Telescopic, bro. What am I filming the top of my head and stuff? What the fuck am I even filming? There's all these weird no trespassing signs around here now. Like, I used to loiter in these woods when I was a kid, and I used to fucking hang out and shit. Hang on, let me fix this. And I used to hang out and shit. I don't know if they had like problems with crime or whatnot. But like, I don't want to sound like a boomer. Oh, this is a little unlevel. I'll just tilt it to compensate. Dude, I don't want to sound like a boomer, but back in my day, no, it was pretty normal to just be like hanging out at places. It wasn't sussy. You know, like kids nowadays are like, I don't want to get rolled up on by the cops. And it's like, chill. Bro, it wasn't as sussy to just be loitering somewhere because younger kids were just left on their own and stuff like that. And your mom would drop you off at the arcade or the bowling alley and there would be grown-ups there. It's just, you'd just be like hanging out at a place all the way up into your 20s. And it wasn't seen as like sussy. And it wasn't seen as like cooked. I can't believe there's nobody out ski. Look at this, man. There's nobody out here. Should I get an iPhone 26 or whatever? Should I get an iPhone 26 or whatever? Shooting like... That way I can use the phone as a camera as well as my camera. I really want to roll one of those logs into the water and make a splash. Is that really stupid to do in juvenile? I probably shouldn't do it. Entertainment. Probably shouldn't do it. What is my brain saying? That did a whole lot of nothing. Well, now I just made a log jam. The beavers will be happy. But you know what? I kind of wanted to bounce into the middle and float away. Because the creek is all swollen. That was stupid. It's not a crime, though. It's just a cut piece of wood and I kicked it into the water. Well... I'm not going to end my stream, but I'm going to turn off the mic and the camera, remount it, and go to a different location and change things up, because I got to chill out before I drive. I'll be back in a minute. Oh my god, my mic was muted that whole fucking time. I keep doing that. Where, because my vision is so blurry, I can't see that I've muted my mic. I was saying a lot of good stuff, man. Oh shit, I was saying a lot of good stuff. You know what? Clean slate. I'm not, nope. Anger is not welcome on this day. Clean slate. If I said it before and it was relevant or good or funny, I will say it again. But shout out to Doug Korea. I was gonna say we have time to do one of these driving vids, and Doug shouted me out on his video. I really appreciate that. You don't even have to do that, brother. And he said, oh, he does these like driving streams or whatever. This is just fluff content. My real fucking bread and butter, the real meat and potatoes of the channel is the video games and the silliness and the smoking pot shit. It's like the Tom Hanks memes and the being vulgar and irreverent. Like, fuck that. You know? It's how do I put this? I'm not playing a character, but my nickname Eages, when I'm online, I don't go by my real name. Okay, I go by my online handle. And is that like an exaggerated version of me? Yeah. Everything about Eages is the same as the real dude behind the Eages. The thing is, when I'm online being irreverent and vulgar and being like, oh, gotcha, bitch, and coming up with some quick quips like the Coltrane might do, it's just my actual personality, but exaggerated a lot, like to extremes. Like, I'm a skater, bro. Weed. Yeah, it's not to break the fourth wall, but it's all part of the shtick, my guy. It's all part of my channel. So if I'm saying, oh, fuck this, fuck that, shit that, fuck that, I also speak positive about, I will tell people, don't just shit on things you hate. Focus on promoting things you love, because that brings you joy and it brings others joy. Whereas tearing down doesn't always. But here's the thing. When I'm tearing something down, I'm speaking truth to power. When I'm tearing something down, there is usually a joke behind the sting. It's not just maliciousness. And so I want people to hop on my channel and see me react to something and be like, whoa, fuck that. They might be a younger kid or someone who doesn't have an environment or voice to where they can say, wow, fucking I hate that. And then they could watch the video and go, oh, that guy, he feels strongly too. It's I'm kind of finally easing into what's my camera personality online. So there's these wacky, off the cuff, silly fluff driving around playing with my phone videos, and then there's going to be a more refined version of that, which would be me with my GoPro first person or with the stick, and we would go look at stuff and do stuff together as like a live stream. Cool? But back to Doug. Thanks for shouting me out, Doug. You really don't even have to. I really appreciate it. At Doug Korea. At Doug Korea. Yes. Like the place. Annyeong 친구. That means hello friend in Korean. And he's saying, oh, hi friend. He's such a friendly guy. The guy, it seems like if you get into an argument with him and you smack him, he'd be like, oh, dude. I'd be like, oh, he'd be like, it's okay, man. You're good. Like, he just seems like a really kind, like, bro. You know, like, maybe like your neighbor. You're like, bro, can I borrow a cup of sugar? And he's like, oh, yeah, I got you, dog. And then maybe you're not a sports fan, because I'm not a sports fan, right? But you go over to his house and watch the big game. I always like that shit, because Like I'll jump on mainstream ball sports. Like they're dumb. They require like no dexterity. I'm a skateboarder, right? But if I have a friend who really does like sports, um, even though I think it's fucking lame, I'll go over to their house and I'll put on the jersey of their team and I'll go, yeah, whoa, fuck yeah, because like I like the life experience. I like getting into the shit. I like the things like that. So I might think on like ultimately it's trivial and I won't waste my personal time on it. But if someone else likes it and they're having a blast, I'm not gonna yuck their yum. I've had so many times where like I've gone to sports related parties and people explicitly said, be like, I thought you didn't really like kick it with sports and you thought it was for dumb bros. And I was like, no, you don't get it. I do extreme sports like, you know, paintball, skateboarding, BMX, dirt bikes, parkour, stuff like that. So I did go to one homie's house and he's a big fan of a college team, not even like a pro league team. And he was a big fan of a college team and and it was like a fucking Lutheran school or something. I don't remember. It was like a Lutheran school in Wisconsin or something. I was able to find a jersey somehow. And I showed up to homie's crib with a Sixer. He damn near fucking cried. You know us men are not fucking emotionally mature. I try to grow each day. But just to decode a friend like that, and not to make like he's a dumb, stupid idiot with non-complex emotions, but just the bro culture and just the fact that I showed up with a Sixer and wearing the jersey, homeboy almost cried. You know, it's that little touch. You gotta just do a little bit. Just bridge the gap. Go a little bit for other people. You know what I mean? That's why people think I'm a hypocrite sometimes, because I'll speak loud and boisterous and I'll have some black and white thoughts and say, this is fucking stupid and this is fucking cool. And then I'll go partake in the thing that I said was stupid. Like, let's say I hate like emo music and I think it's fucking shitty, right? Whatever. Like, that's a very amazing and shitty opinion. And look at this badass historical school. Right? But if someone said, hey, dude, I have free tickets to My Chemical Romance, I would go because it's a free show and it's an experience. It's not my experience, it's someone else's experience. But the only reason I clashed with the emos very hard is the kind of narcissistic look at me self-harm promotion behavior. I really didn't like that, okay? It's like teaches kids like fucking like how to manipulate people, and like there's very sociopathic and very look at me culture. But not only that, well, dude, there's another school here. What the fuck? There's another school right here. I bet they're rivals. It was like, bro, you're goth? No, I'm like an old school like rivet head, you know what I'm like front 242 and beyond. And then I got into it because of my older siblings, and yes, the brother that passed away got me into industrial music. And what was I saying that really sidelined me? Well, like the styles kind of converge, like an extreme look, colored contacts, and like leather or vinyl or PVC, and like just like the big boots and like the metal, like just the extreme look, you know. Even though I'm like a skater, bro, on club night I would dress up like that, you know, just all, you know, gothic or whatever. And so sometimes I would show up to school or a place, or like I didn't change from the club the night before, and people are like, oh bro, how long have you been emo? And you're like, what the fuck are you talking about? You got the skinny puppy t-shirt on. People are like, wow, are you emo? Yes, I'm emo. I love Fall Out Boy. What the fuck? People are mental, dude. And I didn't mean that in a way that's disrespectful to people that are differently abled. They're mental, as in They disregard common sense and replace it with their own reality. You know what? Let's turn this way. I don't think I've ever been down Chicago Street this far. I lost connection. I lost connection for a second, guys. Oh, I think I know where I am, actually. I think I know where I am. Interesting. Let's get it. Oh, this is like another school. Dude, I've got that. I'm creeping, man. I went past too many schools. All right, I'm gonna turn left at the end here. Doing a little bit of fun exploring. We got a little bit of time left. Got a little bit of time left here. I didn't realize there were so many different schools inside of the back of neighborhoods. Like I said, I'm from here. I grew up here. But it's so sprawling and big that, like, I'm just really used to, like, the downtown stretch with the big buildings and the businesses and, like, my neighborhood's area, the other neighborhood where I used to kick it. Like, I never would, like, look, I'm on a street I've been on so many times, bro. This is McLean Boulevard. Like, what the fuck? I'm by McLean and Lake. Like, what the fuck? Wow. So okay. I'm starting to figure something out. Like, when you go through, like, the middle part of Elgin, you're not crossing the river. And you go straight. You go through those houses and you pop out over here by McLean Boulevard. That's cutting through it. That's not the width. That's, like, insane. Chill ass AutoZone. What's the relevance of that? I had to get car parts from there once. Chill ass AutoZone. Homeboy gave me some live resin. It's so weird. It's so weird. You just be in public somewhere, and this is before it was legal. You just be like in public somewhere, and like someone looks at you or like looks at your eyelid being a little heavy or something like that, and they go, "You smoke?" And then they give you stuff. But also shout out again to Doug Correa. I know I'm all over the place. Because, dude, he went from, like, I think when I started finding his streams, I think he had like 300 or 500 subscribers, and now he's up to 1,000. Sick, dude. Oh yeah, I went here when it was dark and shitty once. Watch this. Watch this. I used to hang out around this neighborhood where, you know, one of the pluggies was at, right? And he would always give us more and extra behind this Walgreens and around here behind these businesses. This used to be all empty. I have no idea. Oh, it's gaming. Okay. Oh fuck. It's tabletop gaming, Magic the Gathering, Warhammer, fuck. Oh, and it looks awesome. And they had all the tables in there. Bro. I bet they go to this little Sneezers. This little Seizures, I was, like I was saying, and you know, like my homegirl, don't watch these streams. I was living in this area, and I was like smacking this little hoe piece down over the river, and their sister worked at the Little Caesars, and they would just come home with food, and we would smoke, and I'd be like, "Hey, you want to go bowling?" And we'd just be like fucked up, and I'd be like, "I'm kind of tired," and then we'd like have some Adderall and fucking. Oh man, I'm gonna go down this way because I haven't gone down this way in like yet another school, by the way, guys. Talk about creeping. Yeah, it's weird being in a big small town. Does that make sense? It's huge, but the neighbors know each other. You know what I mean? It's huge. That's an awesome ass building across the way. It's just a business park. But no, I don't have a main character problem. What? Clifton? Is it Alfred? I can't remember these streets. Dude, homeboy used to kick it on one of these streets. And I remember when he was like trapping real hard and he got a new car. And I was like, damn, he got a new car. And then there was always this house on the end with these blinking lights in the window. Oh, that's a dead end. I'm not going to go there. I think it was one of these houses, the blinking lights in the window. And, bro, that's one of, yeah. These are some of the houses of the old pluggies from like the long, like over 20 years ago when I was, wow, dude. Sorry, I'm memory laning. No, I don't have a narcissistic complex and main character syndrome. Everybody has, okay, if my town is this cool, how many other fucking towns in the United States are there that are just like fucking full of old houses and cool shit? Hundreds, if not thousands, right? You got 50 states. Illinois is pretty big. This is not the only town like this here. There's some more higher class ones. I like the double positive, more higher. That sounds ignorant, but it's funny sounding. Dude, let's get more higher. Yeah, dude. I'm just interested. I would like to, like, look, I see that patio and that deck and these old houses and all this cool shit. And maybe I'm a simpleton. Maybe this is where I fall on the spectrum and I'm just like, old house, synthesizer, instead of trains or something. Who knows? But I always like this quaint, cozy, like there's one of those bodegas. Oh, did I miss it? There's two of them. There were two of those little bodegas just in the neighborhood. They don't usually have any online presence. Those stores that sell smokes and stuff, they don't usually have any online presence. It's like just like a shop that you wake up, like when you live in like Europe or something. You go and you get a snack and you get a coffee in the newspaper and you talk to the guy, you get your pack of smokes or your rolling papers or whatever. I love this quaint fucking town life because this town is a city. And there's other places like this. I want to go explore them. I would love to make a video about Galena, Illinois for you guys. That's a cool fucking place. So Galena would be cool. A whole video on St. Charles and a whole video on Geneva. Separately. Even though they overlap each other. Dude, I want to do videos on the whole Fox River Valley. That would be... Dude, today we're in Carpentersville. Maybe I would combine the Carpentersville and the Dundee video. But I would explicitly separate the Geneva and the St. Charles video. Because they are close to each other. Yo, what's up, guys? I'm just yammering on in my morning stream. I'm thinking about making videos about a bunch of towns in the Fox River Valley here in Illinois. So that would be like all the way here from Elgin, from where I'm at now, all the way to Galena. That would be cool. And maybe I'll do places in Wisconsin. But weed's really illegal in Wisconsin. Maybe I'll just bring the Benjamin if I'm in Wisconsin. Just be chill about it. I'll bring the Benjamin. So, I had a really bad day yesterday and some really cringe streams. I pulled down the stream and I said, that's hypocritical because I said, I hate people who edit themselves and they're a curated version of themselves and they delete their live streams. And, well, I was just like crying a lot and I miss my brother. And so I just didn't really, it didn't really need to, that didn't need to just be in the universe. Damn, it looks like the river is overflowing. Well, let's head onward. Still got a little bit of time, but I'm lacking direction right now. You know what? Here's a direction. We could turn over here. This looks cool as shit, you guys. These some of these streets with these old houses that back up to like an industrial building or something like that. Try and keep everything framed up the way I want it. Yeah. Oh, there's a cute black cat that looked like my Salem, but that cat was a little darker. Wow. That cat. Oh, I love cats, you guys. Cats are fucking awesome. Look, see, and there's just like a industrial building or a factory or whatever, and there's still an old silo from when there was a farm here. So Elgin is cool, one of those cool places where industry blew up. Everyone thinks of Chicago immediately, but Elgin is one of those places that was known for its dairy and its like technology. So it like blew up. So there were like farmhouses, and there were like on the main stretch where there's the one-way streets where I want to go on foot and not drive. There's like all these old buildings, the theaters, the stuff. So there was like there were things from pre-America, right? From 1700s that were here, and they're just mixed in with all the stuff. Veterans Memorial Park. Oh yeah. We're at the library, and I forgot. Behind the library is a cool man-made island park, and there's an entrance over there. The back entrance is cool. It's awesome being back in this town after like over a decade, because there's more, like, look, there's EV chargers everywhere now. I want to get an EV. I mean, it would be really fucking cool. Oh, dude, is that the bike path? Oh, yes, this is the bike path. Why does it say City of Elgin property, no trespassing, but it's the fucking bike path? What? That's weird, guys. Another cool little industrial building and factory. I wonder what this is. This is neat. Oh, it's auto. I went past this one, yeah. That other building behind it with no sign, that is a cool. Like, I have no idea what that would have been. A general store or something. That right there is a general store on the left. That's what. And then there's like an industrial building. Like, so what if you like went to the store right there, got your snacks, went to work at the fucking plant, finish your shift, come home, walk across the street, have sex with your wife, play some Xbox. You know what I mean? It's like, it's just like, it's cool to me that there's places like that that exist. Like, you have a house right here. You walk across the street to the bodega, grab a snack, get a Sammy, whatever. You go to work. You work, and then boom, you walk back across the street to your house. And well, the off-color comment about banging your wife is just kind of, I was just being like American Joe, like regular, like what do people do on a Friday night? Chaka chaka chaka. So, oh, what the fuck? No way, Brodies. No way. Fuck dick. Shit ass. No way. There's a big ass building, and I think I've been near that big ass building a few times in my stream. It's being demolished, and all this silt fence is up, so you can't see it, and it's being demolished. This is cool. I'm gonna turn around here. This is the river's edge. I just want to see this. Oh, dude's already getting in his boat and going fishing. Oh, this do not enter. It's one way. So, let's turn the fuck around. But, dude. Dude's already fucking gonna get some... He's gonna get some largemouth bass. This is just cool as fuck, you guys. Yeah, there's houses all along the Fox River Valley, along the Fox River, right? I'm not, like, being super easily amused, like, oh, like, I'm stupid. I've never seen a river. But what I am saying is, there's just all these places where, I'm sorry for the pregnant pause there. I just was like, am I on a service road? Do I need to turn around? Probably. But yeah, I'll have to do the 3-point turn here. Unless it's an automatic gate. Yeah, I'm not supposed to be here. Not supposed to be here, guys. It is neat though. There's like a utility building, like a pump house. So I'm not sure if that's like a water treatment plant or something. This is cool. I knew this looked like an access road. I went down it anyway because I'm a curious dude. But what was I saying before I paused and wiped out because I was going down a private drive? I hit that soft reset because I was going down the private driveway. Jesus Christ, it's a big house with like fucking 3 decks. What a place to live, bro. Oh, this is ye old bike path. Okay. Bet, bro. Bet. What I'm saying is, no, I'm not just easily amused. River? I've never seen a river before. It's like, yeah, there's houses all along the river and it's cool, but you'll be in a neighborhood like this and there's no indication that there's like a valley or it goes down into a river, and you take a turn and you just go down and then all of a sudden you're like at the water. It's not like there's like a lot of flying insects or like stuff everywhere. And I think the house with the moat is down there, but we're not gonna go there. I can't. God damn, there's cool fucking shit here. Dude, look at that building. That's someone's house? Get out of town. And that one. Alright, I don't know if you guys saw the one with the big Roman style pillars or whatever. That's dead ass someone's house. Every morning you wake up and you go to that wraparound porch, dude. Okay, so wait. This is the building I thought was being demolished. So whatever I was looking at over there, that's a different factory or industrial building being torn down. And it's sad because that's one of the old ones with the plate glass windows and the smokestacks and shit. But anyway, it's time to get on the highway, guys, and it's time to get to work. Damn, dude. I thought this was what they were demolishing. I would love a brand new house built in this style. Just so cool, man. This is where we get really ADD, you guys, because I was like distracted and I could have turned left. We'll do that next time, because there is dead ass a house with like that the creek runs through, and then there's a house where there's a moat around it. Dead ass it's running water. It's just the creek rerouted around the house. And you think, well, that would just be like a mosquito breeding ground and shitty. No, it's really tranquil. There's like running water around the house. It's pretty cool. But I don't... Yeah, where is that one? It's insane how much the creek has changed, though. Like, pretty crazy, dude. Alright, now, where am I gonna go? It says road closed. So we're gonna have to get this way. Dude, this is a really steep kind of incline. Didn't seem like a big hill, but I took my foot off the gas and I was just rolling. God, I hate Limp Bizkit. I love Wes Borland, though. He's really cool. All right. Do you see how many blocks there are? Like, this is just one of the parts. I'm trying to get to that main light signal there. You guys can go. Both of you guys can go. I was still stopping when you guys were stopped. People short circuit at four ways, man. I was coming to a stop for a good like 5 seconds. They were already both stopped. They were supposed to do the courtesy wave with each other. Oh shit. It's bright. Another cool little store and shit. What the hell is that building? I've never even seen that building. What the f... You guys. What the hell? What the fuck is that? It's like a big, huge industrial building. Like a factory or something. People work there, and it's just like in the middle of the... Dude, a lot of these places must not have internet presence. Because when I'm Googling like old places and this and that and blah, 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 like in the air, like no. None of this stuff shows up. Yeah, the Midwest is awesome. The winter can be depressing, but getting inside, being inside and getting cozy is always fun. Well, I have to turn around to get to where I need to be headed. So, thank you, light. We're gonna do that. We're gonna turn around and we are going to get to the office on time. Pretty cool though. Oh yeah, the other paint store used to be a Sherwin-Williams. Then it was a Dutch Boy. Then it was I hope there's a spot to turn around, and this isn't just another creep fest on another school. People are gonna recognize my fucking car. What the fuck? Yeah, we saw this red car driving around multiple schools all day. And then you just got the woods here, you know. You've got the seclusion. Neighborhood block, totally trimmed, woods. Neighborhood block, totally trimmed, woods. And not just insignificant masses of trees and brush. I mean, like, you can go in there, you can have a campfire, you can fucking walk around, smoke a J, fucking see interesting wildlife, take pictures of it, make videos, pitch a tent, who knows? Do some butt sex. What a big goddamn town. Oh, birdies, birdies, birdies! Oh shit, the birds almost didn't get out of the way of my car. Damn, I love animals. That was about to be uncool. Oh, construction, very nice. Oh yeah, that's right. I forget about Beef Villa here sometimes, and I forget about these two strip malls in between with the barber shop and the card store and all that stuff. I always forget about them shits in between, bro. Alright, we gotta take the detour then. I wanted to go straight, but we'll take the detour. G&J's is the shit, bro. It's an ice cream parlor that's been around for ever since and maybe like 20 years ago they added like Chinese food to the menu, the ice cream parlor. and it's really good, man. So yeah, I hope I'm going the fucking right way. I'm not lost in my own town because it's so big. The VFW is open to the public for the fish fry. Okay, well maybe I'll have a fish fry with some old guys. That'd be a cool video. But I'd go to the fish fry in the big castle-looking brick building downtown. Alright, you guys. Just like that, we're back out of the town. So cool that that red roof house has like the matching roof over the shed in the garage. Dude, I wonder who lives there. Like these houses have personality. And when you pick out a house or whatever, you gotta exude personality yourself. So it's like, oh yeah, I forgot there's two baseball fields. Jesus. What was I saying? I was saying something, house, personality, blah, blah, blah. Dude, you gotta wonder who lives in these places. I live in the newer development built in the 90s. And like, yeah, who lives in these? Some of these places are really fucking cool, man. And like I said, they have weird things like dead rooms or small rooms meant for storing things from in the olden times, and like cool basements that are finished or dirt floor. What else? You know, like dumb waiters and like weird doors and levers and contraptions and things of old. It's pretty cool. It's pretty cool, bro. Like, I really despise like steampunk, but that era is interesting how people like survived. Of course, let me glue another bronze gear to my Nerf gun. Yes. Goggles. Brass goggles. Da-da-da-dum-dum. Brass goggle. Bro, there was one time I was so fucked up at Steam Powered Giraffe. I was in the audience and I was like fucked up and I was like, do brass goggles! Yeah! And they did. Oh man. The early days of that band called Steam Powered Giraffe was so nuts. Now it's kind of seen as like a PG or family appropriate act that kind of toes the line sometimes. Back then, it was more adult and vulgar and silly and nuts and like, I know I have a habit of liking the weird and obscure. I don't like miming. I don't like robots, automatons. I don't like vaudeville music. I don't like fucking, you know, like, oh, quartet that much. Bro, when an artist hits a mark, the combination of the movement, the noises, the beautiful singing, and the visuals, you hit the mark, dude. You take like 3 different things that I normally wouldn't enjoy, and then you made me love vaudeville music. I bought the 2-cent show when that shit dropped, bro. Fucking. Also, the John was great. Shout out to John, the ex-member of Steam Powered Giraffe. I won some of his unique artwork. I have it somewhere. Yeah, John, I think he got fired from the band for just like not showing up to practice. He was like the guy, like dude doing mushrooms and shit all the time. I'm sure Michael Phillip Reed did mushrooms a lot too, though. For sure. Fuck, man. I think Rabbit is kind of the embodiment of being dosed without your consent. I love that and that manic energy. Rabbit is great. Yeah, dude. It's a cool band. But just the early days. What was that guy's name? Kind of like a douchey guy and like with like dreadlocks, and I'd hang out with him sometimes. Like I didn't know, like when I was like mingling with this, like following this band around when they would be in the Midwest, I didn't know that they would blow up the way they would, you know, and that's cool, you know, it's cool. And I got to go to the photo shoots and the meet and greets and all like this small, they were like at a bookstore once. So I was just like, dude, I was just like smoking a cigarette with their sound engineer, Steve Negretti, or whatever, like some like his Italian last name guy. And he like had like dreadlocks and like boots, and he looked like a pirate. And I was like, oh, dude, that's dope. That's kind of industrial. I was like, that shit's kind of like industrial. Yeah, dude, they're cool guys. They're cool guys. I think like the band has lost. They've like. This is just me as a consumer, like not artist to artist. I'm not saying you can't do what you want to do. You can do what you want to do. I just think like in the very early days, they were a little more raunchy and like a little more silly. And it was kind of like Tom Green without swear words. It was very, like all the stuff was implied. Like hypersexual, like very like strange, like Rabbit, like just weird guy. Like, hey man, like I don't know, he just the whole like, hey John, I have peanut butter toast. Do you want some peanut butter? Like just weird shit like that. It was nuts. That wasn't even one of their bits. I just like made it up, but it was just like really. But because so many people in their audience are like kids now, I guess they're a little more polished, a little less. They don't seem like a sad, drunk Italian clown's energy anymore in the robots. But I still listen to their music, and whenever there's like a new release, I'll bang it out for a couple of days and rock out to it. I really like some of the songs that David Michael Bennett wrote. And then I think Juju Magic on the old album was like a John song, the funky one. John was cool. They're all unique, and they're also talented, and they're multi-instrumentalists, and they can sing and harmonize, and they're just so fucking talented. Like, could I ever conceivably get to that level of talent? Yes. Do I have time to practice that much? No. The guys dedicated their life to this shit, and they're fucking good at it. Like their DVD, their live DVD, not their live DVD, or like there was a studio filmed on a stage, soundstage DVD. And dude, I'm running behind here. I've got to fucking go. I don't want to be late. There's so much traffic, you guys. Like, I was like, okay, I'm dilly-dallying. I'm taking too long here on this live stream, and I'm not gonna make it in time. Oh no, no, dude. There's like so many cars. Did everyone just decide I'm gonna go to work late today? Jesus. Sorry, I don't mean to be like, dude, calm yourself. You're getting angry at cars, man. You're getting angry at cars, bro. No, there's just so much traffic, and my partner in crime is not there. My associate's not there at work, and so I gotta man the fort, and the clock is ticking. There's so many people, right? And I missed this light because this guy just stopped. And it's okay. I'm not letting anger rule me or anything. I want to get to work on time. Because you know what? The later I get to work, the later I have to stay. So it's a catch 69. You know what I'm saying? So who's double tap that screen? Who's there watching now? I don't know if you guys seen it from the beginning, but I was walking around and driving around. Okay, well, they left. I had one viewer for a really long time, and then 2 viewers, and then they left. I don't get that, though. I don't get that. I'm not saying it because, boo-hoo, okay, can we go? The light is green, though. It's kind of like, how do I put this? Oh, God, the sun is, wait. People, like, when you see one viewer pop in, then they leave. One viewer pop in, and then they leave. One viewer pop... Yeah, I'm sure there's people that are just scrolling. I get that. But, like, a lot of the times I'm just scrolling, and then it goes to somebody, and they're, like, mid-thought or mid-sentence, and I stop for a second, because, like, oh, what is this guy saying? Whether I have a respectful attitude, and I'm like, oh, what is this guy saying? Or, what is this jackass saying? Doesn't matter. I'm stopping to like be like, oh, what the fuck is the deal? Oh, and if I don't like it after like a minute, oh, okay, he's like talking about whatever. Shoot, swipe. So like when people, sure, yes, when people pop in and out, it might be just someone scrolling fast, maybe looking for something specific, or they're on the toilet and they're scrolling fast and they see me, ew, ugly guy, go get, right, I get it, but like, you can't tell me no one else in the world kind of like thinks like me and is like, oh wait, what is this guy saying? Let me stick around for a second. Like, even if it's someone who has complete dog shit worldview and is totally opposite of me and harmful to society, I stop for a second. Okay, well, what's their deal? Let me listen to the spiel. Are they Alex Jones crazy or just regular Fox News crazy? Sorry, I can't be a damn garbage truck. It is bright. I need prescription sunglasses in a bad way. Oh yes. Der Säulengrün ist Menschenfleisch? Der Säulengrün ist Menschenfleisch? Ah, nein! Okay. Let's let the road open up here because I really don't want to have to stay late at work today. But I also don't want to be reckless in speed because that's some cock-ass behavior. So what are you guys up to today, man? It's Friday. Holy shit. How did we make it through another one? Dude, it does not feel like Friday. Dude, it really doesn't feel like Friday. Like, what the fuck? It feels like it's still dead ass the middle of the week. So I guess it's a good thing that it's Friday. It's not a bad thing. Look at that sky, man. Ugh. Not sure what that is, but here we go. Yo. I'm thinking of the song Endless Skies by VME Nation. That shit make me cry right now. I really miss my brother, man. What the fuck? That's Tom's. Obviously I'm not like one of those boomer Republicans that thinks you can just think away a mental health, right? I've dealt with the big sad, and I'm not saying you could just do things that just fix yourself, right? But I've done a bunch of acid and shrooms, and like I know my place in the universe, yada yada, drug talk, ego death, hippie stuff. I'm looking at this sky and I'm like, fuck, I'm lucky to be here. And what the fuck? Is my phone dying? What the fuck? Okay. That's new. How do I fix that? How do I fucking fix that? Seriously, how do I fix that? Okay, so it's just black. Okay. Oh, I fixed it. Dude, I lost connection and then my screen went black. I was saying something and what I was saying is right when it went black, I was saying I'm looking at that sky and that expansive sky. I'm lucky to be alive. I'm happy to be here. It breaks my heart that there's people that don't feel that. And everyone's felt that way before. Everyone, I don't care how tough you think you are, everyone's had a bad day and felt like taking themselves out. Everyone's had a lowest moment. Don't act like you've never had a lowest moment in your life. Like you've never got your heart broken or someone died or you've never been maimed or injured or emotionally scarred. You know what I mean? Like, don't act like you've never had the darkest hour. Right? But it's just like, maybe it is all the drugs. Maybe it is the LSD and the mushrooms I've done in my life. Where I know the perspective and I know what the gift of life is. I know that I'm significant, like in the scale of the universe. But the fact that bipedal sentient life capable of creating and understanding spoken language sprouted out of the Big Bang, like we're not supposed to be here. Life is supposed to be like microbial. Life is supposed to be like cellular. Life is supposed to be like on a small scale. Life is supposed to be like rodents and lizards. Like life evolved fast, relatively speaking, in the oven of, evolution. So life is a gift. And you know, a religious person will tell you God made everything, so it's a gift. Either way, it's a fucking gift. And I know there's people with trauma and pain, but if you don't count your gratitudes, you count your negatives every day. And when you count your negatives every day, it's very easy to become dissociated. It's very easy to become detached from your own life. And then, like, when you get to a point where you're no longer feeling anything, that's what's dangerous. Being sad is not dangerous. Oh, he was so sad, he was sewer-slidal. Oh, he was angry. That's not, no. He was so angry, he was sewer-slidal. Or slomble-slidal. So, no. Those are all emotions. Those are all feelings. Your feelings. That's tethering you to the earth. That's, oh, I feel this way. Those are all good things. It's when you become complacent and bored and tired of routine, and maybe just the next day was enough to mix it up and something new is popping in your life and you don't feel stuck anymore. That's the scary part, is when you're feeling nothing and when you're bored. A lot of traffic though. I'm gonna have to stay at work till like 3:30 today. Oh my god. I'm not impatient and I'm not a cockwad. There's just like people driving like grannies in the speed limit. Dude, that's not a cop. There's one of those like pickup trucks, like the construction trucks with the blinking lights. Dude, I thought I was a paranoid stoner. This guy's driving like he's got warrants. Dude, there's clearly not a cop. Are cop lights yellow and white? Holy shit. See, now we're cruising again. Now we're cruising again, man. Again, not gonna lose sleep over that, but like, I don't know. It's not like, ooh, I'm the best. You guys get out of my way. I'm the main character of the story. It's more like everybody has a place to be. You should be considerate on the road. You shouldn't be a chode. Like, I'm always aware of, like, am I in someone's way? Am I driving the right speed? Okay, where's my turn gonna be? Like, that's called common courtesy. And I understand poverty is sweeping around America and everyone's depressed and everyone's on autopilot. I get that. But some of the unsafe things that I see and the close calls that I have for no reason, it's not cool, man. So then, you know, you gotta tell yourself, it's like, oh, it's a teenager. They just got their driver's license. They didn't mean to fucking veer off into your lane and almost hit you. And you go by and you like, it's like dead ass someone your age. You're like, oh, so we're doing that. Nice. Like, super elderly people, I don't care what you guys say, super elderly people get a pass. Teenagers who just got their license get a pass. Don't be mean to young people or old people. They don't deserve it. The young people are just learning and the old people are sundowning. They don't deserve it. But yeah, dude, dead ass people my age, mid-30s, just fucking driving like cocks, just doing whatever they want. I dead ass saw a guy driving on the fucking sidewalk the other day, and I was like, oh man, he must work for the city. He's gotta like go fix a fire hydrant or something. No, the guy just drove on the sidewalk to go around something. I'm like, that shit blows me, man. People be doing Florida type behavior here in Illinois. That's Florida man shit. Well, I drove my ATV into the Walmart and I figured that I could get everything I need to the self-checkout. Sir, you can't drive your ATV in here. No, it's okay. This is my mobility scooter. As of the state of Missouri has verified that this is my mobility scooter. And but it's like covered in mud and he's like driving around the fucking Walmart. Like, is that deer guts? Oh man, no, that might be people guts. I mean, that's deer guts. unfortunately. You know, I come up with these extreme scenarios and characters that are highly exaggerated and these satirical situations. The most fucked up thing about truth is stranger than fiction. We're living in a fucked up reality. I come up with the, hey, come on, Bubba, we're gonna go get some queers, you know, bro. Like, I'm making a joke, but somewhere that's real, and that scares the shit out of me. That scares the shit out of me. Not only because people are hateful, but because people are stupid. People that are stupid and angry and hateful, that's a volatile combination, bro. They're malleable, easily manipulated, and quick to violence. Kind of like Jan Sixers. Fuck those guys. Assholes. The more you know. Like, that shit was nuts. And collectively as a society, we're like, nah, it was pretty chill. Just no consequences for anybody. I can't believe me, a guy who doesn't like the police, doesn't like rules, doesn't like structure. A guy like me is begging for people to just follow the fucking rules. They're there for a reason. Jesus, I never thought I would hear myself say that. That January 6th shit is fucked up, bro. I'm not gonna go on like a tangent about it, but it's like, if I went down to the local city hall in Elgin and I like busted in the door and said, I'm taking back the town with like 1,000 of my friends, bro, I'd get fucking shot. Like, what was that? That was nuts, you guys. I like nuts. Nuts in my mouth. I like nuts. Nuts in my mouth. Everyone's driving so slow. Sorry. It really does reflect poorly on me. But like, there's so much space, and it's, hang on, you guys, not done yet. It's a 3 lanes of traffic. So like, people are clustering up, and there's three lanes. It's whatever. Well, what do? Just bitch about other people like you're the best person in the world? No, dude. When I first got my driver's license, like, traffic was like really flowy, and it was like, all right, the light's green, people start easing out, and like now it's like at least once a day someone's just parked at the light signal, and then someone behind them has to lay on their horn or something. Like, you gotta understand, the world is like a weird, hey old man, you're an unk now, it's different, get with it. If you can't get with it, you ain't cool, brother. No, bro. When I got my driver's license, the world was like, I don't know if it was a peachy place. There was still rape and murder and fucking violence and Republicans. But like, dude, like, just the patterns, just the way that people move. Like, I don't mean to be that hyper vigilant. I don't know if that's like a trauma response or something, but like, I notice details and patterns all the time, right? Like, I'm like Dustin Hoffman, like Rain Man. Like, I notice that stuff. People are not chill. People are not chill. They're either so spaced out that they're doing nothing, or they're so aggressive that they're actively like being dangerous or like trying to run you off the road. There's no middle ground to life anymore. Life has become extremes, violent extremes, black and white thinking. That's why, like, it's very scary. Like, we can't be critical of like the danger president because of the cult of personality and the fan club and the fuck you, how dare. No, it's like, no guys, this is getting dangerous. What we're doing to our own country, just because you think it's gonna like hurt black people and Chinese people and gay people, it doesn't. Like, what we're doing to the country could be irreversible. America is no longer going to be the hegemonic superpower of the world. Like, it's going to be like China or Russia, or probably China, just because of the, you know, they're popping up tier 2 cities in fucking days. And we're fucking... Bro. You hate America, just leave. No, dude. I love America. I love being American. I just don't want to see it go down the potty, man. Fuck, I can't believe people are so... And this is the conclusion I've come to, man. Just the dissolution of, like, common sense and, like, just the cognitive dissonance of combined bro culture. Like, I might be a bro, but I'm not a bra. Like, I'm a bro because I'm a skateboarder. Different. Not sexist, not homophobic. Skateboarding, gender doesn't care, race doesn't care, background doesn't care, religion doesn't care. It's one of those kind of subcultures that's all-encompassing, very welcoming, very kind to newcomers. I love skateboarding for that. It's like a brotherhood. You see another guy with a skateboard, automatically kind of a connection there. Like, okay? But because of the Rogan sphere and all the just... Everyone wants to be the edgy and get the jab in and get the reaction laugh. They don't understand it. It's like when the baby says fuck and you start laughing. Oh, don't laugh. You'll say fuck again. Don't encourage it. Guys, don't encourage it. Oh, but you said something mean about Joe Rogan. I like Joe Rogan. Dude, guys, think with your brain, not your fucking prostate, for fuck's sake. Joe Rogan isn't just a blissful idiot. He's not like, I didn't mean that. You guys, no. Anyway, enough of that. I'm not gonna have the JRE fans try and fuck me now. What I'm saying is, I believe genuinely there are hordes and hordes of people with literally no legitimate worldview or like idea of human conduct that they have conjured in their mind of how things should be or how people should act or the freedoms we should have. They're just strictly black and white reactionary to things. That's why they could like say like, oh yeah, I hate Trump, and then they'll say like, oh, I love Trump, or they'll be like, yeah, Joe Biden, or like just people will talk out of both sides of their mouth. They will say something like yeah, I hate Republicans, but then they'll be like pro Republican. Okay. Let's break it back down. I'm trying to get out a thought and it's not really coming out. I'm trying to get to work on time. That's not happening. But I'm just trying to get this thought out of my brain. People don't have a set worldview. Me, I'm always like gonna be like fighting for humans. It's us against them. Minorities are not the problem. Gay people are not the problem, you guys. It's us against the authority. And I've said this a million times and I will reiterate it. Just because it's hurting people you don't like right now doesn't mean the arm of the government is not going to come and fucking... Not even... It's going to fuck you in the ass and not even going to give you a friendly reach around. You don't get it. That's how totalitarianism works. So, when I'm going back to the point that's in conjunction, people don't actually have a set worldview. I'm always like, I want to help people. I want to like go like donate. I want to like help. I want to be like, you know, be part of society that's like functioning. I don't want to hate people just because they're a different thing than me. That's really dumb. So like the fact that people are strictly reactionary nowadays, it's more harmful. It's more harmful now than it was before because everyone has a phone. And you have people like Asmongold that are just like, just a guy. And he's a slob, right? But like, he's just a guy. He played World of Warcraft and got famous. He used to be a liberal, right? But he went to where the money is, and now he just says the most hateful shit and has said the most hateful fucking moronic shit. And often says, no, I don't have any proof or I don't have a source to back this up. I'm just saying it. Do you understand how that's dangerous? Like everything I say that comes out of my mouth is because of something I observed, witnessed, seen, read about, from multiple sources, from both sides of the aisle. Something like, I don't just go like, oh, I feel this way, so then it must be that way. Like, Asmongold is a slug, and I hate him, but I'm not giving him credit or anything. But what I'm saying is, for someone to like start as like, oh, you know, like vaguely left wing, and like actually like be critical of things, and then to be like, you know what, like this is the gears that turn in his moldy head. I get more viewers and I make more money if I get the hogs riled up. So like, what? How evil is that? How evil is like knowing something is wrong in your heart of hearts, knowing something is wrong and not and erroneous or just bad information, just flat out wrong, racist, hurtful. It fucking promotes violence against marginalized groups. But you say it because money. That's really fucking scary, dude. Dead ass, bro. So scary that you believe, you know it's wrong, but you spew it because you get the fucking money from the viewers. At a certain point, you have to stick to your morals. And I know that sounds really corny, but you can't just be all about money, because then you become that. And then you start to believe those lies you say, and then you genuinely join the club. He believes the shit he says now. He's a TFG. He's too far gone. So, yeah, it's dangerous. Maybe that's why I want to get online and I want to be a gamer, bro. I want people to be informed. You don't have to be as extreme left as Hassan, and you don't have to be as extremely vile as Asmongold. You can be in the middle ground and just advocate for human rights. Ain't nothing wrong about advocating for human rights and basic human dignities. Can you believe these libtards want a universal basic income? They want everyone to have a handout. No, dude. No one's buying shit, and the economy's not doing good stuff because consumers aren't consuming because things are too expensive. So you know what? If the government gave everybody $1,000 a month, industries wouldn't be crumbling right now, because consumers would be consuming, or they would be just buying more groceries. Anyway, I'm not a genius, I'm not a political analyst. I'm just a guy with two eyes, and I don't believe the lies. Peace out. I said, peace out.